Hello everyone, this is Terri Billington here. I am your facilitator for your program, which is coming up in just under 4 weeks. Really excited to meet you all. If there's any questions outside of this, I'll be introducing you to James, who some of you or most of you may already know of, who will be able to support you with those. But for now, I just want to show you who are some of our team. So that's me. I'm the Global Lead Facilitator and also a Master Trainer. So I think I've done, James probably will remember, but I think I've done about 33 programs or something now facilitated. So I've been part of iLAB for the last 5 years and really love what I do there, and more so excited about going back to Bali with you guys as well. We also have the beautiful Paulina Roach, who will be coming over from New Zealand to be able to host and look after you as well. So you're in very good hands with between myself, Paulina and James, who will be there as well to introduce. I'm going to get him to say hello in a minute. But we've missed our rest of our team. Actually, James, would you like to just say hello to everyone?
Yeah, of course.
I'll just stop sharing so they can
absolutely.
see you.
Yeah, so this is James. Some of you might have seen my emails to you guys. So I'm going to be helping you with onboarding, with preparations, just any questions that you might have. And as Terri said, I'm part of the team, particularly I'm probably like the conduit between you guys and the team, just in anything that you want to know. I'm the first point of call. You can just ask me anything. And I'm very happy to help you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, James. Let's just bring this back up. Right. So where were we? Oh, right. So James is actually coming up on the slide after. So, but you got to have an introduction before, which is kind of cool. So thanks so much for that. So James has been part of iLAB for a little while now. How many years have you been part of it?
It's going to be 2 years pretty soon.
Wow, that's gone really fast. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a phenomenal program coming up with some of the top world-class mentors that we've got here, just to give you a bit of an idea. We have got Shane, who will be looking after some audio-visual things for you and filming a video, which you'll all get to do where you're part of the program. He's, for those, just so the understanding the profiles, he's an accumulator profile. We have got Sandra Morell, who, if you've been part of Entrepreneurs Institute, Entrepreneur Resorts, or Genius U, most of you would have met or known of Sandra across the place. She's in partnership with Roger and oversees the whole lot. She's a Lord profile. Very, very blessed to have her come along and support us in person to mentor as part of the program as well. So she'll be there. We have Andrew Eggleton over to the right, who is a world-class speaker. He's going to help you with your video presence and your presence in general as business people, entrepreneurs, and any videos that you may want to do in the future, or any presence that you need with your social media or anything. Andrew is the expert for that. So he will be supporting us as well. We're always exceptionally blessed to have Mr. Paul Dunn, who comes generally on the first or second day and shares his wisdom. I think he's actually done nearly every iLAB since its induction. And I attended myself iLAB number 7. We're up to 61 at the moment, so you can see how many he's actually done. And he keeps coming back because he loves it so much. So we've got Paul, then we've got Chef Cynthia. Very blessed to have the food that we do at Vision Villas and that you'll all get to experience while you're there. And it's all thanks to Chef Cynthia, who created the recipes. She's trained all the chefs and all the people that work there. Anyone that has anything to do with the food, Chef Cynthia has. And she actually talks on the wealth is really about health. So you'll get a little bit of insight about her. And as an entrepreneur, she's also a lot more than just a chef, believe me. Donna Meredith, who is a master trainer and she's been mentoring at iLAB for many, many years as well. So you'll get, and she's an expert in business models and products mix and a lot of other things. You'll get her as well. And we've got Vadim, who is digital. So he's a digital expert, and he will be there in Bali as well. So you'll get to meet him, and he will support you with some digital things. All right. So here's James. As you said, he's a community support. We've also got Simone Holt, who is, as you can see, the faculty board and general manager of Entrepreneur Beach Clubs and Resorts. So she oversees all our beach clubs and resorts. And in particular, she oversees iLAB and makes sure that it flows and we get the best of everyone coming in. So she actually won't be there until right at the end of this current program, of your program, but hopefully you'll all get to meet her as well, because she'll come in and support with a little bit of mentoring as well. So she's been living in Bali, I think, for about 5 or 6 years now. So her and Shane, who is one of the mentors, her partner, both live on site with their little boy. So you'll get to meet them at some stage. We've also got Kathleen, who is there to support us with anything we need in regards to GeniusU. And I do believe, by the way, if you notice the name Hamilton, she is Roger's daughter. And I do believe that she will be in Bali. So we may be blessed with her presence to not only help us that we can get in contact with her if we need any support with GeniusU, or she can help you with that, but she may even show up in person to be able to take us through some things. So it's awesome to have so many amazing people that love to keep coming back to Bali because it's such a beautiful place. All right. Now, just to take you through some of the logistics. So first of all, what to bring or what to pack. Do not bring a suitcase that looks like this, because you will not need it. I always make the mistake of having 25 kilograms of luggage, and I probably needed about 10. So my message to you is pack lightly, because it is very warm. We're in a tropical climate where you can wear just loose clothing because it's too hot to wear anything otherwise. It is an entrepreneur event, but you can dress casually. You do not need to come in dressed like you're going to work or going into your business each day. So just casual, loose-fitting clothing. Swimmers, we've got an amazing swimming pool there that you can access. Sarongs, anything like that you want to, that you feel comfortable in. Flip-flops, we call them in Western Australia thongs. Some other people don't call them that because they call something else thongs. Whatever you call them, wherever you're from, you can just wear those on your feet. You do not need, it's sometimes too hot for shoes and socks. Now, the warm clothes is more about the fact that sometimes the room can get a bit cool. So it's nice to bring a jacket, and there may be some activities where it can be a bit cooler. So you may need to bring something warmer for those activities. Insect repellent is something else that you would consider bringing along as well. Now, one I missed is one business outfit, and I will go into this in a little bit more detail later. But one business outfit is for the filming of your videos. So I will share with you that on the first night you will be presenting briefly to us, but you do not need to wear a business outfit for that. So this is only for whatever you would love to wear to film a video with us, which Shane will take you through. Now, Bali has got, Vision Villas, where you're coming to, has got awesome internet. For a third world country, it's amazing. We're very blessed to have great internet there. Even more so than sometimes where I am based in Australia. So you can be looking forward to that. We have got access to use all the technology that you want to bring along. So I suggest highly that you bring your laptop, your iPad, if you want to, everyone has a smartphone these days. And obviously if you want to bring a camera, because you'll get some amazing opportunities to take photos. Now, it is a digitally run program, so although we are there in person for 2 weeks, and we do have some mentors that are Zooming in as opposed to actually being there in person, we will have some there in person as well. We will be using the GeniusU platform, so it is really important that you bring a laptop or something that you can use to access that. Very challenging if you try to just do it on your phone, on your smartphone. I recommend sometimes you just have a backup if need be. things can happen, and obviously we don't want you to miss out on any important information that we're going to share with you. Now, the power in Bali is like this. So that's our wall socket. So I suggest you get an adapter. If you don't already have one, you can buy them from your airport, and it's just an Asian adapter generally. You can also buy those multi ones that suit a lot of different countries if you would like to get one of those instead. I do that because I travel a lot, so but that's what you'd need. A power board is a good idea if you have multi things that you would like to plug in. And what I will say with that is that it's always great to have a power board with a, oh my God, I can't remember what they're called now. It's like to stop if there's any challenges with the power surging, a surge protector. That's what I was getting to. So if you've got one that you'd like to bring yourself that has a surge protector, I'd recommend that you do that. We do have power boards, so there will always be enough power in our main meeting room where you will be to cater for everyone that's in the room. So yeah, I just recommend that you bring a surge protector if need be, because there can be power surges on occasion. Okay, if you're brave, and I say brave because if you've been to Bali and some of these other countries, you will see that there's a lot of vehicles, a lot of cars on the road, a lot of scooters or motorbikes. So it can be a little bit interesting when you go out on the road, if you do choose to drive or ride a scooter. However, it is a lot of fun, and once you know their rules, it's probably the easiest place to actually ride or to drive. So in saying that, if you would like to consider that as an option, you will need an international driver's license. So you can source that from your country where you're from by just generally going to an automobile club, a Royal Automobile Club or something like that, where you can get your international license, which will cover you for while you're in Bali. Don't come over here considering that you'll ride without one, because they can pick you up, and it's not nice to get a fine. Okay. Some of the things that you'll need to do to prepare, and I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, have already done this, is take your GNSU tests. So you'll be getting links for everything if you haven't already. Your GNSU test will obviously give you which of the 4 geniuses that you fit in. So this is all the background of everything that we do in iLAB. So please go and complete those. Like I said, James will be looking after you and making sure you've got all the links and everything you need leading up to the program. There is a fair bit of work that needs to be done before you come along. So the sooner you get started and get all these tests sorted, and as soon as James gets the results, then I and the other mentors can start reviewing where you're at and working out the best way how to support you through the program, because it's an awesomely set program, but also your individuals that we cater for your needs based on your genius and your profiles as well. So understanding that a lot earlier helps us. Another one is your profile test. So your Genius is one, your Wealth Dynamics profile test. So if you go in and do that, you will receive tokens for these. So obviously you don't need to pay the $97 that's on the screen. And yeah, if you do that, we'll have a few discussions around that anyway, just to support you through iLAB and beyond. Another one is your Millionaire Master Plan, which is the test is, this gives you your wealth level. So if you haven't already done this, please go and do that, because there's 2 key components to supporting you. One is three actually, your genius, your profile and your spectrum level. So the level that your wealth is at currently. So we know the best way to give you feedback and the best pathway for you to take based on the level that you're at. So if you can go and do that as well. By the way, you will get a chance at the end of this to have any questions that you have. So the purpose test is another one. So iLAB and Entrepreneurs Resorts, which iLAB is part of, is fully aligned with the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And the purpose test is aligned with that. So if you haven't already done that, please go in, because we like to see you aligning what you're doing with your purpose. And it's, I mean, we do things for a purpose. We don't want to be just doing it for the sake of it. So making sure that what you're doing in your business and the process that will take you through iLAB is aligned with a purpose will make it so much easier moving forward. So that's another link that you will get to do that test. Now comes a little bit more work. So they're the assessments and tests that you need to do in preparation. Next, we have our pre-iLAB microdegree, which is just gives you the, it will give you the work that is required in order for you to be the most prepared you possibly can. The more time you put into this, the better result that you will, I guarantee you'll get out of the back end of iLAB. If you don't put much into this, then the results may speak for itself. It is a lot of work. So I'm saying that if you start now, it won't be that many hours that will eat. It won't be last minute hours. You'll actually get to spread it out a little bit. So part of this is, which you would need to go through, is your foundation microdegrees. You'll see this, there's links to all this within that microdegree anyway, to the one I just showed you. But the three areas that you will put a little bit of time into, the infrared to red, which is measure your money, commit to conduct, and do your duty. So these are three that is important that you get the foundations laid. We don't go into this in detail in the program because the idea is for you to do as much work as you can on these before you come along, so that then we can be working at the level of orange to yellow, which is more about you moving up with your identity and into your business, which is actually the next slide. So here's another one which I would love you to actually put a bit more consideration into. We will be working on these within the program, but the more understanding, the more clarity you have before you come along, the more you will get out of that out of the program. So as you can see, step 1 is identify your identity. Step 2, master your market. And step 3, monetize your moment. These are all ingenious you, and you will get links to all of these so you know where to go. The icons in each of these, that red one, that just shows you what that microdegree looks like on Genius U when you go looking for it under microdegrees. So, and then that's the yellow one as well, which is orange to yellow. This is really, like I said, just setting you up so you've got the best opportunity to get the most value out of the program. Okay, so coming along, that's a little bit of the work that you've got to do for now. So coming along, what we need from you is to start to get your travel details coming in. But so you've got a good idea what you need to come along, is you do need 6 months validity on your passport. They are very strict with this, so please make sure you do check your passports. There have been people that have gone to leave to come to Bali and can't, because they've only got a couple of months or 3 months left on their passport. So please do check that. In regards to a visa, there's no visa on arrival into Bali, so you won't need that unless you are considering staying for longer than 30 days. So it's your responsibility to make sure you've got a visa if you're staying longer. So 30 days is the time frame to get a visa. You can also get 60 days. The only reason I say that, so most people generally just come for the program. They might stay a week either side, but some do stay on longer. And statistically, 20% of those that attend iLAB end up living in Bali. So they'll either stay there, don't leave, or they come back anyway. So it's good to know this information. But you can organise a visa from where you're from to be able to come into the country. So that's not up to us to support you on advice on that. You need to source that for yourself, because we don't know every other country's rules. So that's just a little bit about that. However, as it says, we can offer a visa extension service if you've got 30 days and you want to stay longer. So that's just for those who may be considering that. Now, this is the travel details. You will get a link to this. We need this filled in as soon as possible so that we can make sure we have everything prepared for your arrival. So we know your flights, we know the times, we know everything that's happening in regards to you showing up. We can make sure our driver is there. If there's maybe someone arriving at the same time or similar time, we can work all that out as well. So please go in and fill this form in. These ones, the micro degrees, you need to start on straight away, but obviously that's work in progress. With these forms, we need to get these done. Hopefully, if you haven't already, get them done this week at the latest, so we can get them sent in, which means hopefully everyone's booked their flights. Something else that I consider, or would consider, is getting travel insurance. It's just like having insurance anywhere. You hope you never need to use it, but it's always good to have it just in case. So we don't cover you for any injuries or sickness that you may have while you're there. So we strongly recommend you do get travel insurance. There's excellent hospital and medical care there, and we even have on occasion doctors coming in if someone gets sick, God forbid. But I still think it's a good idea to get insurance because it can cover all that and just unforeseen things that can happen, as you would know if you do travel. Most people that travel a lot would have in travel insurance anyway. I pay for mine annually, so it's always there wherever I go. So it's something that's not compulsory, but highly recommended that you consider doing that. So I said to get all your travel details in so that we can have your driver ready at the airport to pick you up. So what will happen, you will come out go through your last check as you hand in your form. As you're leaving the airport, you'll go out through doors and you will see what will appear to be like 1,000 drivers waiting there for you. You just keep walking past those drivers and follow right round, and your driver will be waiting for you at the entrance where it's sort of like the back of where all the drivers generally stand. If by chance you don't see a sheet like O'Day here has got on his head saying your name, then if you go to the information desk, which is close to where the drivers stand anyway, and tell them that you're from Vision Villas and your name, and they'll put it on the speaker. I haven't had any problems myself. The drivers are there waiting, so I'm sure it will all be fine. So just look out for that sign with your name on it. A sign similar to that, should I say, with your name on it. Something else that we need is a little bit information from you. So like I was saying, doing the assessments and things like that is really, really important, but he's also filling in the participants sheet. So this will give me and others, and like James will get to see this as well, and others an idea, the mentors, of what it is that you're about, you know, who you are, actually I'll take to the next one. That'll just give you a bit of an insight into that. So your details, so obviously fill in your personal details and your profile. So you need to have done your assessments for this, your profile and your spectrum level. And it also where you put a little bit about your business. Now this is confidential. This information, only the people that are supporting your program directly will get to see any of this. So don't be concerned about if you're putting in turnover and different things like that. In particular, I get to see it, so I'm obviously there with you for 2 weeks, and other mentors that get it shared with them will get to see it, who are going to support you through your journey. There's something else that I find really interesting, that people don't like to put the date of birth. Now, at nearly every program we have someone that has a birthday, and we don't always know they've got the birthday until after. So if you're someone who is celebrating a birthday on the program, we would love to know that so we can make you feel even more special while you're there. So please fill in this form once again as soon as possible, which means you need to have done all your tests and assessments. So we need to get that in. So James will be making sure that you're doing this. We do a lot of what we do is obviously communication is verbally. So you'll get a lot of communication from myself. You'll get communication from Paulina, who's your host. You'll also get communication from others within the villas. What we do outside of being in the room or in front of each other is use Facebook as our communication method. So presentations will get posted on there. All the mentors will put their presentations on there. It's your group. It's a private group just for iLAB 61. James has already created it. It's ready to go. So if you're not already on there, it means James doesn't have you as a friend on Facebook. So if you can go and send him a friend request, then he can add you onto that group. The sooner that you are added onto that group, the sooner that we can start using it as a communication for any questions you have, even leading up to the program. James checks it, I check it, and any of the other mentors will be added into it as well. So you'll get to look on that. If by chance, and this can happen even in this day and age, that you do not have a Facebook profile because you don't use Facebook, for the sake of this program, please go and create one, even if that's just what you use it for. Also, you will get added into other groups. You'll get access to other groups at the moment. Eventually, it'll all go onto our Genius U platform, but for now we use Facebook so that we can keep it all nice and close. And like I said, James will give you a lot of information on that leading up to it, and he will post links to different things to make sure that you've got them. So please go and join that at the same time. Now this I said about clothing. You do not need a business outfit for the first night. So it does say business presentation, but let me just put a bit of context to that. This presentation is 2 minutes. There's not a lot you can say in 2 minutes. It is just for myself and everyone else in the room to find out a little bit more about you and what you do. Straight away, you can start to build those connections and sometimes even start building up collaborations of how someone else or everyone else in the room can support your business. So everyone listens from the perspective of, maybe I need what you've got to offer, or I can see how we could connect, and rapport is built from that. So it's a very casual, you do not need a PowerPoint, you do not need anything other than just stand up for 2 minutes and share. So you will be given a prompt on the screen of what you need to say. So it's super easy if you're not a star profile like I am, who would get up and I have to be told to get off the stage, so I usually keep talking. That's a joke, by the way. Then it's fine. 2 minutes is will go a lot quicker than you think. So it's not a formal thing. Whoops, that's the wrong date. Sorry about that. Actually, James, what date is that? Is that the 31st?
That's correct. That's the 31st to the 14th of April.
Yes, apologies, everyone. That should be saying the 31st of March. We have a welcome dinner. So everyone comes along at 6 p.m. We will have a dinner. We will have the presentation side of it and just give you a bit of a welcome to what to expect over the program. It's an amazing opportunity for you to see a bit of culture and what's happening in Bali, and meet everyone else, and also, like I said, give you a bit of insight of what to expect in the program outside of what we're sharing tonight. Okay, so with everything that we do in business, there's always some form of rules or code of conduct that comes around and goes around with this. We've got this exact same at iLAB. We've created our own that we believe will support you best. And I want everyone to commit to this. It's super, super important that we all are looking at it from the same view of not only our own success, but the success of others in the group. It's by no accident that you will be in the same group together. That's just the way it works, and you will find you will build an amazing bond with each other. And like I said, potential collaborations will come out of this. It is the best 2 weeks. You will go away from this with the best 2 weeks. And the idea is to make sure that we all follow this code of conduct in order for this to happen. So what we want you to do is, very easily it is to follow something that's been set for us, as opposed to designing what it is that you want to achieve. So we're about helping you design the right thing that works for you, and not just taking the default option. So that's number one. Number two is really, really important and challenging for some of those higher profiles energies like the dynamo, the blaze, sometimes a little bit of steel, but not so much, is about listen actively. So listen actively doesn't always mean listening to respond. It means listening to be present so that you can make sure you absorb whatever it is that you need to absorb at that moment, and be able to ask powerful questions that will give you the best answers. So the best directional questions you can. So by being present, you won't miss anything, and you won't be asking questions that don't need to be asked because it's already been covered. So, and also, like it says, like you need to teach it, because in some respects, Some of you will go on to teach this material. You will use it in your businesses, and the more that you understand it and absorb what you can, the better it will be for you. So this number 3 is playing full out. You're not just there to get knowledge, you're actually there to take action. So the knowledge that you need, what you need will be supplied to you, but it is more about what you do with what you learn, not what you learn. So we make sure you're playing full out, and how the program is set up is a process that works. It's been going, like I said, we're up to iLAB 61 now. It's a proven model that definitely gives results. So it's an opportunity for you to take what is already there and put it into your own businesses. Number 4 is constantly checking in. This one's really important as well. You will come along with habits, different things that you have worked for you in the past, or maybe not, but you're still hanging on to. So you will get the opportunity to look at what is it that actually isn't working for me, but I haven't let go of yet. And then constantly checking in to make sure you're staying on track. And it could be, am I playing full out? So let's start considering now, what are your current habits and how are they serving you? What, if they're not serving you, what can you replace them with, which is a good habit that will serve you? We will go through this again when you're in iLAB, so you'll get a bit of a reminder. And if I find that someone's could be getting more out of the program and they're not because they're maybe not playing full out or something, then I will generally just do little reminders to take that person in particular back to the code of conduct. What not to expect. I am a business coach. I've been coaching for about 15 years, and I am absolutely there to support you. I am also assistant mentor for Roger Hamilton's Crystal Circle mentoring. So I have a lot of experience with coaching and mentoring, as does Paulina, as do the mentors that are there. But we are there to support you during the program, not 24/7. We also have our own businesses to run, so we're looking at running those outside of hours. And although your Facebook messages and comments will be looked at and responded to, it's not like, can I have a session with you, Terry? It's 10 o'clock at night. So just understanding that, it's like, I want you to look at it like this is how you should be running your business. The other thing is, we're not going to do the work for you because you're there to do it for yourself. So obviously I was saying, the more that you actually put into the micro degrees and that before you come along, the more you'll get out of the programs and you can do your own implementation. However, what you will get out of it is self-motivation. So it's such an amazing environment to be in, Vision Villas, where you can't help but be motivated because it's just so beautiful. It's so well set up with the energies and everything. So if you haven't been there before, you're in for a real treat, and you are in for a treat if you have, because you get to come back to this amazing place. So motivation it's just, like I said, it just comes naturally. I can't see how someone can not be motivated being there. We'll help you manage your time, and it's not so much managing your time, managing yourself around the time that's available for you. You'll get action and implementation time, co-working, and you're also amazing connections that I know majority of you will keep for many, many years, if not life. These groups, the group that I was in, which was in 2014, we still all stay connected. And in fact, one of the girls in my group will actually be visiting Bali during that program. So hopefully she will pop in and say hello to you all as well. And as I said, there's expert mentors that you have access to as well, who are very, very generous with their time. So this was talking about before when I said what to pack. This is what your business outfit is for. So you will get a video, a short video, a couple of minutes, 2 to 3 minute video that will be filmed for you, that you'll get to be able to take away, or it will be available to you after you leave. So this is what it's for. The videos are mainly just from waist height up. This is why these ladies are dressed like that, because you don't see below their waist. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. But if, like for example, I have seen men that want to do a more formal video. They wear a business suit, so they might wear a suit and tie and shirt, and they've got board shorts on. or shorts at the bottom because you can't see them, and flip-flops or whatever you call them. So, yeah, just consider that if you want something. If your business is something quite casual, then whatever you wear. It's it will work. We'll support you with that. We'll also get to take you on a bit of an adventure. So we'll take you, not only do you get to go on different activities during the day, because we will have something on every morning, that whether it's yoga or whether it's a walk on the beach or whether it's a walk to our local village to see a bit more of the culture. There'll be an activity on the weekend as well, which you can also attend. So any additional activities apart from what's directly part of the program are at an additional cost. So we'll let you know that. I mean, there's nothing that costs generally more than about $80 for an adventure or something like that. And even though it's not compulsory, we highly recommend everyone does go along. So it's great to get out and experience something different if you haven't before. So be prepared for that. It's a little bit of fun that we'll be doing while you're in Bali. Okay, well that finished pretty quick. So Martin, hello. I can see at the moment there's you, James, and myself on, and this recording is obviously for those attending. So I want to say hello to you. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Where are you from?
Me?
Yes.
I'm from Sydney.
Oh, are you? Oh, you're only just over the road almost.
I'll come over and borrow some sugar.
yeah, just come and knock on the door, sure. Oh, thank you for showing up. You obviously got the memo.
Well, I only saw it this afternoon, and I was going to be home, so obviously it was a big difference because it said 5 o'clock and it's 8 o'clock in Sydney time. So yeah.
Yeah, 5 o'clock Bali time. So
yeah, Bali time or Perth time, which is the same thing. So
yeah. So I'm from Perth, but I'm currently in Melbourne, so it's 8 o'clock for me too. I'm going on 9 now. So yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
No, not really. I just want to thank you for that, Donna, because it clarified a lot of questions that I did have. And it's just basically like the steps, the procedures, and what you need to do, and it was very helpful. So yeah, just want to say thank you for that.
Pleasure. So it's Terri, by the way, not Donna.
But it's Terri? Sorry, Terri. It's Donna.
No, Donna's one of the mentors, but it's okay. I'm
sorry
fine.
About that.
Donna.
Hi, Terri.
What's funny is Donna and I are mentors together in one of Roger's programs, and quite often we get called each other's names. So I said I answer to anything, so that's fine.
It was on the. It's got Donna Isabella on the on your screen.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine then, because I was just logged in doing another webinar for her under her login, so hence why it's come up. So there you go.
Okay, double identity.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So I just want to say thank you for that, and Terri. The only thing is this recorded?
Yes, it definitely is recorded.
Can I get a recording, or can I get a link? So if there's anything that I'm missing, I can just re-watch it.
Yep, it'll be posted on the Facebook group. Have you already sent a... James, do you have Martin on yet?
Yes, he's a friend and he's a member now.
Awesome. There you go. It'll be posted on there. Yeah.
James is very fast. He's like a speeding bullet.
He is. He's sitting in the background. He's doing it all. He's working away while we're talking.
Yeah.
All right. James, is there anything else that you want to add that I might have missed during that?
No, that was absolutely perfect. So Terri already emphasized how important it is to go through all of these preparations. So if you missed anything, just make sure that you go through the recording, which, as you mentioned, we'll actually post on the Facebook page. So make sure you join that so you can watch the recording.
That's perfect.
All right.
And how about we just see if everyone watches it right to the end? So we should give them a little task, because Martin's the only one that's on here. So we should give them a little task that they've got to listen right to the end to get
Yes.
I think what we'll say is, for everyone that listens right to the end, I want you to go and say hello, Martin, on the Facebook group.
Perfect.
If they don't do that, Martin, we'll know that they didn't listen right through.
Okay, all right. making new friends already.
Exactly, because you showed up, and that's the first step to success, right? You've got to show up. So well done.
Yes.
No, I know it wasn't possible for everyone. We did change the time and everything. So I do appreciate that you have been able to show up. And for those that haven't, we fully understand. So I'm excited to see everyone there, and yeah, look forward to meeting you in person, Martin, and everyone else.
Awesome, wonderful. Okay, well, thanks, Terry. Thanks, James. Thanks for this, and I hope you guys have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, James. Thanks for your help.
Same. Thank you, not Donna, Terry, and Martin. That was great. Have a good night, guys.
All right. Night.
All right,
Ciao.
good night.